Which of these two teams are going to get themselves right here today? Boy, beautiful little backdoor cut. It's Haggerty, who's really come into his own and having a fine season for the Horned Frogs. TCU comes up empty again.
I tell you what, Kansas State not known for their defense, but boy, that has been on point here early in this game. And then that was a nice finish there by Kamari McGriff. And punched right back at him. Punches that one down. So they've kind of had to make some adjustments on the fly.
Catch and shoot. That's David Castillo. And a good start here for Kansas State. Early 6-point lead. But the offense that has been up and down this season, big part of their story so far. Good looking stroke. That's Xavier Edmonds, who is in the midst of his best stretch of basketball in his career.
And his team will follow if he is bringing great energy.
Young man who's made a huge jump since last season. There's a soft little stroke from the outside.
In really good touch with, fellas, over the years. Special, that Killer Frogs team that won a share of the Southwest Conference Championship.
8 straight points for the Wildcats. Shot clock at 5. Johnson! There's a heat check!
Evans ran into his own teammate there, but no hesitation. Even on the closeout there, you know.
And up the floor come the Frogs. This is Toulson. Harding from deep. Horned Frogs coming in. They've lost 6 of their last 8, including the last 2. That big one, Colorado, and then the home game against Houston last week. Good-looking stroke. It's Castillo deep in the corner. 5th straight start for David Castillo with all the K-State injuries. Beautiful ball movement on the corner. This is Harding, and that's another 3. Having a big game so far. Here he is in the corner, and that is good. Cash money. Haggerty, the number 5 scorer in the country.
Well, they've been able to just attack TCU off the dribble and get all the way downhill to the rim.
Robinson catch and shoot. Get it.
An offensive rebound leads to an uncontested triple, and then a live ball turnover. On the drive, sides of the floor here defensively, they're just doing it all. Mr. Johnson on the delivery through the contact.
State currently 93 in the net. Among Big 12 teams, only Utah is lower. So give them credit. They've come back and played well. They've responded after that really rough showing last weekend as Toulson misses at the rim and Robinson is there to stick it back.
Yeah, that was one of the few times defensively, though, you saw the activity necessary. And then they come right back and get broken down there. That is just way too easy if you're TCU.
Yeah, it ain't going to take much from Marcus Johnson, all that power. As Robinson lets it fly, and he's giving them a shot in the arm off the bench.
You're going to have to do it defensively.
Toulson bangs it a 3.
And that is just way too easy, folks. That's a
couple of desperate teams getting together here in Texas. Shot clock is off. 3-point stroke, and they can't miss. Can this Jerome Tang coach team get their season turned around? Up and under is Jaden Pierre. A thing of beauty. Shoot their 17th and 18th free throws of the day.
Yeah, and here just relentless on the attack. Great footwork for the games. And right now, TCU is picking up where they were. Look at Edmonds there with the effort to get that offensive rebound.
Well, I'm not sure if everyone thought that there was going to be an over-the-back on Edmonds. Everyone just kind of stopped playing, and Edmonds got the rebound. Castillo, they're going to reset. This is Nate Johnson. Splash. Big basket for the Cats.
Yeah, and that was, I thought it wasn't over the back. They don't call it. And Johnson able to knock down that triple to kind of steady the ship here.
Boy, Jaden Pierre, just a beautiful maneuver under control. He was kind of sandwiched between 2. And he's got a half dozen.
He is just a really good tone setter for them defensively, and then his speed and aggression at times offensively as well.
Here's P.J. Haggerty. Can they get him going again? And swooping in is Manning for the putback.
How about that attack? They got it right. It should be Kansas State's ball. I just didn't like the rule with the fact that they couldn't determine whether or not it went off the line. And Haggerty there looks like he has recovered clearly from the flu, and that was a beautiful attack there.
So Haggerty now 14 points. Explosive move to the cup. Robinson coming with some heat.
On that pass, really tight window to deliver that.
And the Frogs come up empty. Here comes Haggerty knifing inside, going glass.
And he's got to understand, they've been doing this all game. And you see Haggerty here in the open floor, nice in and out, able to shoot that little floater up.
Again, full circle moment for Haggerty. Spent the first part of his freshman year here at TCU as Lelevicius buries a three. Big shot for the Frogs as that cuts it to 8.
That's a shot, and that's one where the coach said, we can get that shot anytime. Let's try to get a better look. And then again, Johnson comes up with the steal. Let's try to get that handoff.
So Jaden Pierre grimaces his way to the bench, and they turn it over again. Castillo ahead of the field. Haggerty. And this thing once again getting away from the Frogs. Jamie Dixon quickly off the bench calling for time.
This is a do-or-die game for TCU as well, because they've already had some really bad losses this season. And if you lose this game on your home floor, it is going to be hard to recover with their upcoming schedule. In a game where you're trailing by 9, you have got to find a way.
Beautiful setup as Pierre underneath gets it to Edmonds. Boy, how... So Nate Johnson, who's been terrific, 13. Haggerty. Now Kansas State throwing punches again.
Finish the defense. Even if you force a miss, and they're a great job with the turnover.
Here comes Punch. And just like that, back-to-back.
David Punch hasn't had the kind of impact that they typically need, but boy, what a big-time steal and finish here to cut it to 6.
5-point game. Harding's going to let it fly. Well short. Offensive rebound. Edmonds. He just will not stop. K-State 2 timeouts. TCU has 1, and both teams have a challenge. McGriff wide open. Caught it, finished in one motion as he skied to the basket.
And now if you're TCU, can you get the ball inside to your bigs?
Edmonds exploding to the rack. Clinging to a 1-point lead. Brock Harding, 4th in the Big 12 in assists with an exquisite dime to Edmonds.
We're down 1, no time on the clock. You do that over and over as a young player. Let's see if it can all come to fruition here.
Got it. Misses. Nate Johnson to prayer, and it is over here in Fort Worth. TCU with its biggest comeback win of the season.